So just wait. I really don't say anything until I say, hey, everybody. Hello, YouTube. We are live, but we are also streaming live here on Instagram.
Yes.
So bear with us. Hey, yeah, so we're live on Instagram and on YouTube. This is Marcus Murray of Black Married Debt Free, and this is, as I always say, my lovely wife.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yes, Shira Murray. And first of all, we just want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and special Mother's Day to my lovely wife, the best mother I know. Hey, Simone, how are you?
Hey.
This is the best mother I know besides my own mama, Shira.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. She's birthed my beautiful kids, and so I'm just wanted to say Happy Mother's Day. Three Bells, what's going on, man? Thank you guys for joining.
Yes.
What we wanted to do was just do just a little hi, just a little greet. You guys see our videos and our content, but we never get to, interact with you all live. So we just wanted to take this opportunity to interact with you all live, to say hello, and just to let us know if you have any questions, in regards to our debt-free journey, or anything that has to do with finance, or anything that has to do with real estate, as we have recently, kind of dove into the real estate game in regards to buying a rental property out of state. So if you guys have any questions, man, just feel free to ask us.
Or anything, really.
Or anything. If you just want to know about us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shara, why don't you tell those who don't know about us a little bit about who we are and what we do.
Okay.
What's up, Ryan?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you guys for joining on Instagram.
Yeah. So, like what? Like, what do you want me to?
I like to call it our sauce, and what the sauce is.
Okay,
is
for sure.
Our story. You know what I mean? That
for
thing
sure.
that makes us unique, I guess.
For sure. So about 5 years ago, I was sitting in a WIC office, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get, vouchers for food,
John,
for milk.
What's going on, sir?
And like we were so broke. Like at our lowest point, our income was $1,300 and a month. And we had a new baby, we had a mortgage, and it just wasn't adding up. And like I had no idea that we would be where we are financially, 5 years ago, 5 or 5.5 years ago.
Right.
But the thing that shifted for us was we had a shift in our mindset, because first, all we could see was limitations and barriers. But when we took that off of our mind, then our actual situation was able to change. So one of the things that I love is a quote from...
I hear you, John. Good.
Oh, gosh. One of the things that I love is a quote from Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, where he says, wealth building starts in the mind and it ends in the wallet. And for me, that's powerful, because it is important to address those limiting beliefs that we have, especially in our community, limiting beliefs when it comes to money.
Right. No, that's real, man. And it just, one day it just clicked. Like for me, it was when we started having children. It clicked. I was just like, hey, we have to do something different, because if we just keep, making the minimum payments on our debt, whatnot, we'll never get out of this hole, because the hole was just too deep. So, we just got intentional about it, and for you, that could be applying for a better job, or, getting yourself on a budget, whatever that is, you just got to do it,
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, John. I got you, man. You already know. So guys, thank you guys for being on. If you guys could do us a favor and just share this feed, you know what I mean? Just share this with your people, with your followers. We just wanted to just jump on and say hi, man. And if you guys have any questions, like I said before, feel free to type them in the comments below, here on Instagram, Facebook. I'm not Facebook, but YouTube. I think there's a way for you guys to interact as well. So yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of things coming, but I've been battling with laryngitis for like the past 2 weeks. Like my voice is deep. I don't always talk like this, as you might know, but glad to be getting my voice back. And so we'll be definitely jumping into making some more videos.
Okay, so Three Bells has a question. He says, how long did it take you to get out of debt?
So it took about 2.5 years. So we knew how to be broke, right? Because
we did that quite well.
Yes, we did that quite well. And so when we started to get a little bit more income in, we started to throw all of that income towards the debt. So I went back into the workforce because I was home for a while. But as soon as I found a job, and I got a job on Craigslist. Okay, you just got to get them where you get them.
Right.
We took that income and threw it completely at the debt, and so that helped us to get out of debt in 2.5 years. And plus, Marcus, he has a lot of things that he does on the side, and he's a musician, so he's picking up extra gigs and playing here, there, and everywhere. And yes, Gospel Multitracks, thank you.
Yeah, shout out to Gospel Multitracks, a company that I partner with. My good friend John is on the feed, so they really helped me too. Pretty much.
Sure.
I just use my talents. I'm a musician, so I said, well, how can I leverage this to create extra income? And then when I did that, we didn't start spending the extra income. That's what a lot of us do. We get raises, we get
a new car.
Yeah, it was like, oh,
go to shopping spree.
Right. But what you're supposed to do is just live like you're currently living. So if you're living on little means now, when you start to increase the earning,
don't adjust your lifestyle.
Don't adjust your lifestyle.
Right.
So that was key for us. But we took all that and we just threw it at our debt.
Right.
And then 2.5 years later, we paid off $110,000 total in debt. That included student loans, credit cards, and
our condo
here in California.
It's so liberating not to have a mortgage. Like, it's amazing. We do have an HOA payment. I can't stand them, but other than that, like, it is liberating.
Yeah. Lady Majors, we totally can relate. So,
yes.
That's just the best way to go about it, is to live on just what you need and some of what you want. See, a lot of us just want to live. We want to get anything we want, even though you can get it. Sometimes it's not the smartest thing to do. Three Bell says, while you were getting out of debt, did you have an emergency fund?
Can I talk to this one? Okay. So the short answer to that is yes and no.
Yeah.
So what had happened was, when we first got married, Marcus had a relative that was selling insurance.
Right.
So here we are. We're like, what, 21, 22?
Amen. Amen, John. That I like that saying.
Don't cut me off.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyway, it's Mother's Day.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I get my way. So she came over. She's like, y'all need to sign up for life insurance. So she came over. And so she was like, just put $20 in it. Or no. It was life insurance. And then it was some type of savings plan, like kind of like a retirement type plan. And so we just kind of signed up to put $20 in it a month, because we were trying to be nice, right? We wasn't thinking about no emergency fund. We wasn't thinking about that.
Right.
So we started putting like $20 into this account. Then all of a sudden we hit that rock bottom where our finances wasn't looking good. We thought we were going to have a source of income that didn't work out. And we're at that $1,300 point, and we could not afford to pay our mortgage. We could not afford to cover all of our basic necessities. So at that point, we remembered that we were putting $20 away in this account, and we had to cash it out. We didn't have a choice. So it kind of served as our emergency fund. So that's why I say yes and no.
Yeah. And the cool thing about when you're educating yourself on finance, sometimes you learn by trial and error.
Right.
So now that we're out of debt, we realized that, man, we were really playing with fire by, not intentionally saving an emergency fund.
Right.
So what we recommend to those that we, share our story with, is that you go into it building that emergency fund first.
Right.
So that, you never know. Shoot, we just had to totally buy another garage door, just to be transparent. Our garage door broke down. We had to just buy a whole new garage door, like just this week. And it was a good thing we had that emergency fund. It's like hey man, I got to use that money to do this, but it's not a stress. It's not oh my God, where are we going to get this money? We don't have it,
Right.
So that's why we stress the importance of having an emergency fund. So
yeah. So another thing, I'm going to go deep a little bit.
Well, come on, let's go.
But
That's
even,
what we're here with the peoples right now, Shire.
But even if you don't have money right now, you got to start telling yourself, my income's going to increase.
Okay.
I'm going to get some more money, right? You start having these positive affirmations, and you get that down into the core of who you are, to your subconscious mind. Yeah. And then you'll start to get ideas, right, on how to boost your income. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things that we did was we bought whiteboards. We have 2 big, huge whiteboards on our wall in our bedroom. It's not cute. It's it's just a whiteboard. But, I started writing down affirmations when we were in debt, right?
Shout out to my boy Sean, just jumped on.
Hey. I started to write those positive affirmations down, telling myself, I'm going to pay off X amount of dollars by this time. And I start saying it, and I start seeing it every day. And I'm saying it, now I'm praying on it. And lo and behold, over time, it comes to pass.
Right.
Is John Mike on?
Yeah.
Can I just say, can I say something?
Yes.
So one of my affirmations, can I share one of my affirmations were about you?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So John Mike, yes. One of my affirmations, because I have affirmations over my man. Okay. So one of my affirmations was that he was going to be the number one. Can I say that?
The number one. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So one of my affirmations for Marcus was that he was going to be the number one contributor on Gospel Multitracks. This was several years ago. Okay. So that was my affirmation, right? He didn't see it, but I wrote it down and I started praying over it. And lo and behold, he called me one day and said, I'm doing really good with this Gospel Multitracks thing, and I'm number one. And I said, see?
Well, not number one. John got me beat.
Anyway,
I'm up there with John.
Yes, yes.
And Brian, of course.
It did. So you have to do that to yourself. Right. And we used to listen to Dave Ramsey, and people were saying, I got out of debt and I paid off all this money. And then Dave Ramsey would say, how much money did you make? And then I make 100,000 and I make this. And I was like, you making all that money? Of course you're debt free. You're rich, but I had to claim that for myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even though I wasn't making the money that other people were making, but I still had to claim that over myself. Right. And when I did, and I had that mind shift, then that's when our situation really started to change.
Right. That's good. I just want to go back a sec. John has some good stuff.
Okay.
There, what he and his wife did. It says, we took the tithe principle to build our savings and emergency fund.
Okay.
Every time we get paid, we put 10% in the plate and 10% in the bank.
I love that.
That's a good idea.
I love that.
That's dope.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah.
That's so wonderful.
Yeah. Speaking of like giving and stuff, like we're not going to go too deep because Shara's really been on this real deep thing with regards to giving. We're not going to go there, but
we're not ready. I'm not ready to release.
Right. We still. Yet. But giving though to like charities and church. And church, we go to church and we give to our church and stuff like that. Like I think that's really important, even if you're like at a place you're like, man, I ain't really got nothing to be giving like that
give
right
something.
Now. Yeah, just give something, because we feel like there's like a supernatural element to this as well. Like when you give, you're knowing that, hey, I really don't have much, but this is what I can offer. Like we believe that there's a supernatural element to it, and God will bless your finances. He'll help you to, like how Shar said, come up with ideas to make revenue,
right.
give you, different ideas, man. So, that's just a little something, a little thing we don't like. Yeah. A little nugget, we know everybody feels differently about it. So we don't really, broadcast it, but giving was a very integral part in what we did. So
for sure.
Yeah, man. So thank you guys for still being on. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, about our debt-free story or even about us investing in real estate out of state, we here for you, man. We just wanted to say hi and just, Also, if you haven't already, follow us on YouTube and Instagram. We're really heavy on both of those. We're trying to spread the word of what we've done and what we're doing. So yeah, man, we can't do it without you guys. That's the one thing.
Yeah. And we certainly want to hear from you. One thing that's been really great for us is that.
Absolutely, John.
now that we've come out of the closet, so to speak, like we were telling people what we've done, that it's really been a blessing to a lot of our close friends. And now we have friends that are saying, you know, I'm working on trying to get out of debt. I'm trying to save my for a house payment. And I want to put more down than the minimum. So, you know, your story is valuable, you know, so share your story with us because we want to hear from you. Yeah. And we also want to be transparent in telling our story, because when we do that, it really blesses people and it really motivates people. Right. And for sure, there's no competition. You know, we're all at different stages in life and we all have our own unique journey, but it's really powerful when you begin to tell your story and the things that you've been able to do and overcome. Yeah, that's a good point. Like we were blessed to be on, I consider them like a brother and sister, His and Her Money. Yes. I don't know if you guys have followed them, but they're like America's #1 money couple. That's their slogan. And they've been on, you know, TV and they, you know, let us share our story with them on their show. And it's just like, that goes back to what Shira was saying. It's like, we all have our story, you know, no one's story is any better than anyone's, but it's all just to encourage one another, you know what I mean? So, man, we would love to hear from you all, hear you all, you know, stories of your progress and everything like that, man. So, yes, man, that's cool, John. Yeah, absolutely, exactly. Iron sharpens iron. So, you know, we're all here to you know, help each other. We have a question. That's a comment. A comment from Shrich28. It says, I saw your interview and have been subscribed since then. Thank you. Yeah, so we appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we just want to come on in this Mother's Day. We know you guys are probably with your families. So we're not going to hold you too long, but yeah. Do you want to talk a little bit about real estate? Yeah, we could do that. Okay, so we've been thinking about doing a webinar talking about the process of how we acquire the capital to purchase the property and just our experience going through the process. And I remember there was one point where we met an investor who told us, don't do it. Don't buy a house out of state. Don't do it because it's going to be so terrible and you're not going to know what they're doing in your property, and don't do it. And now that we've ignored that and we went ahead and done it, it's like, who does he think he is telling us not to do it? Right. You know? A little backstory though, John has got me laughing. A little backstory though, the way we met him was at an open house. So he wanted us to buy the house. Right. So we talking to him about, you know, we really not looking to buy a house. We just love just going into open houses. We sure do. Just being nosy. We just nosy people. So, but he trying to sell us a house. So we're trying to share with him with like, yeah, we're not really looking to buy. We're just paying off our home and, you know, we're thinking about investing in. Yes. And he's pretty much saying, well, I own properties and, you know. And he owns properties and he going to tell us not to do it. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep a brother down. Yeah. Trying to keep a brother down. So absolutely. S Rich 28. We're going to do it then. So, you know, I just took his information and, you know, shook my head. Okay, it's not a good idea. Okay, thank you. And we continue to do our own research. Yeah, but at first we was kind of like, maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe it's not. But let me tell you what was confirmation for us, because I had this plan to purchase real estate property while we were still in debt. So I had come up with this whole idea. Like, I said I want to be a real estate investor. And so I just started telling myself that, and I just had this plan and I wrote it out. I told my coworkers was laughing at me because I'm just out there. But anyway, I told my husband and you thought it was great, you know, but we had to sit on it for basically about 2.5 years. Yes. But it was still in the works. Me, guys. Keep going, Shai. I lost my train of thought. But anyway, the confirmation. So so anyway, I had this idea, and the thing that was confirmation for me, because I got nervous. And I got scared. After we paid off our condo, I was like, why are we going to buy another property? We're going to have debt on the property, or we'll end up buying it cash. But anyway, and I got nervous and I started to like want to hold on to what I had, right? But you just got to let some stuff go and you just got to do it. Just dive out there. So the confirmation for us was in a span of a month, we met 2 millionaires. One was a multi-millionaire and both of them earn their money through real estate. Right. And they weren't flashy. Like, it just You would have never known. And it just kind of came out in a conversation.
Right.
You know, I was just talking. Oh, I will not disclose who this person is, but it just came out in a conversation that this person was a multimillionaire,
Right.
work a regular job,
Right.
works a regular job. And after I met that person, I said, this is divine.
Right.
Okay. And so we went ahead with the process, and I'm so happy. So it sounds like there is some interest in real estate investing. And no, we don't know everything, but we will tell you what we do know.
Exactly.
And we will tell you and share with you our experience. And one of the things reasons why I was thinking about a webinar is because the webinar, we can really go into detail and we can really give the monies. Because usually when we do videos, they're like 5 minutes.
Right.
But if we're going to go into detail about, the figures.
We give you figures and everything. Yeah.
Now we have a renter in there, and how that's panning out. It'll take a little bit, it take longer than 5 minutes.
Right.
And we want to really put some thought into it and make sure that we're sharing sense. I want to show me the money. I'm like that. Like, I'm that nosy. Yeah, so we want to make sure that we can do that for you.
Yeah. I mean, just give kind of like a brief thing of it. Like, so there's many ways, there's many strategies in real estate, right? First of all, yes, sir, John. Yeah. Yes, sir. So there's many strategies in real estate. The one that we thought worked best for us was to invest in rental properties, to buy a property and have a renter pretty much pay the mortgage down for us or pay us rent. And then there's different strategies to get the capital for something like that, right? You could either just have the cash.
Who has the cash?
Right. You could leverage you can leverage your credit and get a loan, But what we did is we paid off with us paying off our home here, we were able to tap into some, not all of the equity in our primary residence. Use that out of state where we could stretch our dollar a little further, and was able to pay for that home cash.
Yeah.
Now we will get a lot more in depth with figures, but what Shira's great strategy is what you want to do, you want to get the home at around 80% of its market value, right? Then once you get that home cash, you do
you have to get a renter.
You have to get a renter in there. You have to have a renter in there for 6 months.
At least.
And then you do a cash out refinance on the home, which they'll refi you pretty much in a nutshell. And you don't have to have your house totally paid off to tap into the equity. If you have equity in your home, you can tap into that equity, whatever that is, whatever that amount is. So it's a really cool strategy, and it's something that, I'm really excited about. Shira got me super passionate about real estate. So I mean, it's really cool, man. So
and we're learning.
We're still learning. We'll start.
Sure.
But we did buy the property. We do have a renter in there, and it's been about 2 months.
2 months.
And on the first, look at direct deposit.
You got that check in there.
So
yeah.
It's just another way to build wealth. A lot of people may invest in stocks, different things like that.
You should have a diversified portfolio. You should do all that,
Absolutely.
But the rental property is doing well. We got a renter in there in about 2 weeks. It's renting for a little over $1,000 a month. And so we're really happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just another level that, you get to. One is paying off your debts, your current debts. And then once you do that, now it's about how can I build wealth? Because the goal is to build generational wealth for your children. Someone has to be that catalyst in your family.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. Because that's how wealth is built.
It's transferred.
It's transferred.
Right.
So someone has to be the one to say, you know what? I know my family has been surviving and doing well, but now it's time to turn that key and really put your foot on that gas.
Right. And some of us aren't going to be our parents are not going to be able to leave us anything. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I feel like I might be in that position. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
So, so we just have to do what we can to build wealth, whether you have kids or not. You just never know what the future holds, but you just be thinking about it. And I wish that we were thinking about this years ago, because we'd be so much further ahead.
Right.
But for us, the analogy that I like to use is if you've ever seen those birds fly in that V formation, the bird in the front is carrying the brunt of the wind. And as the V goes back, the load becomes lighter and lighter for each of the birds that are going back. And then when it gets when the bird in the front gets heavy, they drop out and somebody else shares the load. And I say for our family, we are that bird that's in the front that's really going to be carrying the brunt, of this. And so we are making some sacrifices. We have somebody ask us, when are you guys going to be moving? Because I'm not in my dream home, what are you going to be moving? I said, well, we're going to be here for a while, and that's okay, because we want to take this time to build our real estate portfolio. And if I move and I have to pay, a $2,000 mortgage, I'm not going to be able to have the freedom to do that. So we're making the sacrifices now. I will live in the hood, and I'm just, but I'm willing to make the sacrifice now. And that's fine. And you have to be willing to make those sacrifices. That's important, and it will pay off later, so that's the important thing.
Yeah, man. So, man, I hope we didn't plan on talking this long, hey, we just having fun sitting here chopping it up with you guys. So what we want to do before we leave is we want to encourage you once again to follow us on Instagram and follow us on YouTube. That's where we are. See, folks, what's up, brother? I see you, man.
Yes, thank you.
That's where we are really releasing a lot of our content, quotes, on Instagram and different things to encourage you. And then all of our video content is on YouTube. We have almost 30 videos of just us just sharing our story, sharing the knowledge that we have. So yeah, man, make yourself at home on those two social media medias. And also, we have a Facebook page that we do that is we are very active on as well. So once again, you guys, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, guys. Share this with your friends, man. Like we can't do this without people. If nobody's gonna follow us, what are we doing? Right?
So, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah,
we'll do it anyway.
It's fun.
This is like our passion thing. Like we're not selling a bunch of products or anything like that. We're just sharing information because it's something that we're passionate about, and we realize that there's a community out there that's also passionate about the same thing. So we really appreciate each and every one of you for taking time to stop by and to hang out with us.
Yeah. So as we do,
I love you guys.